So your performance was screened last night. How did it go?
Well, it was for me very, very emotional. Because it's something we've been working on for close to 8 months with our two company founders, and I've been carried away directing the piece. But yesterday, I had the opportunity to sit down as an audience, and I had the camera to show me all the faces up front. So it was like I was seeing the piece for the first time, and it became somehow emotional.
How do you think the performance went down with other members of the audience?
Yes, that's my worry, because I had this feeling of camaraderie, brotherhood, of oneness with all the artists who sympathized so much with us for not being able to make it here with the team. So my worry is, was it the art that was appreciated or the emotions? The emotion has not, overtaken the purpose of the entire festival, which is the twinning, the collaboration. For me, when I saw the first performance by our twin, I was somehow confident, secretly in my heart, that I think we've been able to collaborate well, because I saw the elements and the works looked almost similar to me. But then I became worried that will the audience also, not allow the emotions to interfere with their perception of the work. That was a major worry for me. But I felt a lot of love. I felt so much positive vibes coming towards me.
How would the audience's perception of the piece have been different were it to have been live rather than screened?
So then it would have been, I'm sure that it would have been stronger, because, for instance, everything we saw was just from one camera view. And so when there's a close-up on an actor, there are so many other things going on behind. So the joy for me was that even with that, we still managed to convey the message. So it would have been, for me, live theater is it for me, live theater, coming from Africa, where theater is like economics, production in economics. It's never complete until it gets to the final consumer. And in this case, there must be that interaction, and there's no fourth wall. So that would have happened, but the screen imposed the fourth wall on us.
Okay, so before we saw elements of Trinidad being used in one of the Manchester performances, and vice versa. What was picked up in last night's performances, both in yours and in the Boundless production?
A lot. Let's start from the obvious, the theme. And then the issue, the way they were treated, because we took it in small fragments of individual stories, and looked for a way to put them together to form a whole. And so that was one similarity. In terms of events, in the Boundless space, there was a woman, Kama's mother, who went through a lot of things. So for her daughter's survival. And again, in our piece, there's a little girl, a young lady, who had to go through a lot of, puzzles to save her brother from death, because the brother was ill and she had to pay the hospital bill. And we had this placard going around with the bills in dollars, pounds, and naira, And I know that healthcare and issues that has to do with health is also a common issue here as it is at home. So she wanted to raise money to save this brother. She even had to go into prostitution to sell her body, and she got the money, but the brother was dead. So it's just, so we had these elements coming together. I mean, when I saw the Boundless production, I was somehow, like I said earlier on, confident somewhere that I think the collaboration worked because we were talking. We made use of elements from each other's works. You know, I had a song that was like, because it's something from us. Oh, okay, I remember. You know, so we have contacts to thank for that because it really helped us and even reshaped our theatre making process. For the purpose of this festival, we had to alter our old way. We had to alter it and embrace a new form, which was initially kind of shocking, uncomfortable, and then as we settled into it, it became so natural.
Is there anything you would take from the process that you've done here and use in the future in your live performances?
Oh, lots. That's why contacting the world has always been, you know, for me, because I'm not stuck in, I hope I'm not stuck in a certain kind of theatre. But theatre with young people, for me, is so dynamic. Because that's that age where we're so virile, so up and down, you know, that age of fantasy where we can reach into the skies and touch the moon. So from my first experience about 10 years ago, at the maiden edition of Contact in the World, it already shaped the way I made theatre, you know. So, and I've seen that, plus the shift in my perception, you know, the love, the bonding that I got from all the groups, those that were twined with us, and even those who were not twined with us, but because the Contact in the World has made us a family. How, you know, they were strongly all there for me. I mean, I felt that, and you know, so that helps in future. So apart from theatre, again, in our day-to-day life, it helps you to shy away or think twice before you generalize. Oh, certain people are so wicked and so bad. No, you know, there are people who are so good. So it's about human beings and the selection of those human beings. So you don't put everybody together. That showed seriously, because the kind of anger, the kind of frustration I felt when the young people who were so passionate about the theatre were denied the visa, everybody felt it. So who do you blame? Who do you just feel disappointed that a certain set of people decided the fate of those young people, I mean, for that moment. But again, you see the bigger picture of the bigger society. There are other human beings who love what we love, who are passionate about us. So the takeaway gift for me is never ever to generalize, which is not my weakness, I hope. But again, it became amplified in my head that, you know, you have to check in your assessment of humanity and the world, because they're so diverse.
Earlier on in the morning discussion, you were tied up in the middle and with rope, and your phone went off and you couldn't get to it because you were tied up. Have there been any other funny moments that you'd like to share with the Crown Troupe back at home?
Yeah, let me see that, you know, there are so many, you know, that I'm so used to it. It's a way of life. It's when I get, okay, after our performance, we're going back to the accommodation, and there's this artist from jazz. She's originally from Spain, but she's with Yard, and she was so passionate, but she felt so bad. She kept saying, I'm I'm sorry. And I said to her, okay, it's okay, don't worry, the boys are happy, we're okay. She said, no, it's not okay, you know. For me, that was, you know, that people even felt, you know, the effect, you know, more than we felt it. And I'm sure if I have time to sit down and think about it, there are so many moments that I want to share with Crown Troupe when I get back home.
Excellent. And finally, when will the box of shared items from Boundless arrive?
Not only that, Contact sent us something by a registered mailing company. I don't want to name them, but you will know them. and they sent it since May. Letter of invitations, those physical letters that we would have added and would have lent weight to our application. And I just got a call 3 days ago that it arrived in Nigeria in July, and that's a private mail company, So I'm sure that Boundless, I think we're going to get their parcel before the turn of the century. If you are patient.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.